All right, folks, here in the finals, and we are going to keep. We need some white mana, obviously, but the fact that we've got a couple, well, at least a 2-drop and some more black spells, I would say makes this a keep. There are a lot of things that we can draw that make this hand much better. Even that is fine. Are we going to go on the beatdown plan? Maybe the Slaughter Drone into Shrieker? We'll see. Green-white support, perhaps? Could be. If he attacked there, I would have blocked. I would have traded my Slaughter Drone for a combat trick. I think that's better anyway. Let's get a Shrieker down for now. Now that I have the Unnatural Endurance. I guess I should have attacked first, but that's okay. I just don't mind if he uses combat tricks here. I mean, I still should have kept up the Unnatural Endurance. For some reason, I thought I wasn't going to attack, but attacking seemed better. But, I mean, if he has the combat trick now, an Unnatural Endurance would have gotten me out of it. This is definitely a mistake. All right, I would have crushed him there, so that definitely turned out. I got punished, rightfully so, is what I'm trying to say. I made a poor play, and I got punished for it, as I should. Yeah, we're gonna swing with the Shrieker here. And then play an Envoy. And leave up the Endurance to kill probably the Auxiliary. Gets to gain life here too. It is an ally. He forgot to use it, thankfully. It's a big problem. All right, let's get the Soothsayer out there. I want some card advantage at my disposal here. And I'm not going to attack with the Envoy because I need it for blocks. So I guess next turn I can play the Work Lyric. 2 support a turn is going to be a problem. Thankfully, he's at least 2 turns from that. If I can start generating some card advantage, I think we're right back in this. Okay, I mean, I can deal with that. I almost think, yeah, I would have made a trade there, so I don't know what I would have traded exactly, but I would have. Let's get the Work Lyric out, leave up Unnatural Endurance, and pass. I guess technically I could attack with the Envoy, but We're just digging for a removal spell for the auxiliary, and I think we can outgrind with the card advantage. Yeah, so next turn we want to play the Protector instead of the Wall of Resurgence. Doing this isn't going to work that well for him, I don't think. It's a little bit too proactive. I might just trade the Shrieker for it. I kind of want to keep my unnatural endurance for a rainy day. I need to just like keep this protected, I think. I don't think Shrieker's that important on this board at all, to be honest. Alright, let's get Protector down, and then we'll pass. So we're just full-fledged grind our opponent out mode at this point. Gaining life, drawing cards. Gaining life, drawing cards. It's not going to work forever, because we're going to have to deal with auxiliary at some point when our opponent gets to 6 lands. But for now, I'm content to draw some cards. Oh, well, actually, glad I saved that on natural endurance. Nice. That was a good rip. He can use Spawnbinder. We still get to gain life. Guess he doesn't have to because he gets to attack anyway with the Work Lyric, but that's alright. So I technically can attack with the Envoy now, which is pretty sweet. I guess he can use... Maybe I should have done that. Well, wouldn't have made sense to do it post-combat. Maybe it's not better to attack, actually, now I think about it. Make him use the Spawnbinder. He forgot to use Spawnbinder. Alright. Opponent's missing this. Opponent missing this stuff is tremendously beneficial to us right now. I guess I could have played Wall of Resurgence, too. I didn't even think about that. Why not, right? I want to be able to block. Alright. No big deal there. Alright, I'm going to start bashing in next turn with our flyers. He's going to probably tap down. Oh, he's in life gain mode now, I guess, which makes sense. So, you lose life, I gain life, I draw cards. I gain life. You lose life. Nice. That's good. Wall of Resurgence down there. Yes. Havoc Sower. Declare attacks. Use the war cleric in response. And we're going to swing with the envoy. Because now we want to start pressuring the damage. And we still get to use the soothsayer with the Alpha Protector, and we have good blocks, so we're in pretty good shape now. He does have the allies to gain from the War Cleric, but basically this match just got grindy, is what it comes down to. But our board presence is still better than our opponents, and he's still in some trouble. We're netting damage, and we're netting cards every turn. So, alright. Maybe we're not netting damage anymore, but we're still netting cards every turn. I'm not sure what we want to remove now. I guess we want to remove the War Cleric, since we can just fly over top. But then again, I guess the Aeronaut prevents us from doing that. Maybe we still do have to take out the auxiliary. I'm not exactly sure at the moment. Ooh, well, now we have the... Oh, wow. Well, guess we take care of everything. I mean, this could be a problem. So let's take out the auxiliary and the Aeronaut. But is that enough? He still gets to gain 2 off the War Cleric. Now I'm thinking I kind of want to take care of the auxiliary. But, yeah. Huh. Auxiliary and Spawnbinder doesn't really make sense. Although, no, Auxiliary and Aeronaut, well, he still is left with 3 allies. But that means he can either tap or gain life. So, yeah, I think Auxiliary and Aeronaut are going to be what we're taking care of here. So, let's Oblivion Strike the auxiliary. Oh, that's not going to work. And then, is Stasis Snare on an Aeronaut worth it? Maybe not. We can just attack now. Yeah, let's just attack. And I play another War Cleric for the use with War Cleric. Yeah, this actually works just fine. I might just end up Stasis Snaring that War Cleric, because Aeronaut just seems so insignificant. He forgot to use War Cleric there, which is nice. And another flyer? Yeah, I think we're just going to Stasis Snare the War Cleric. So if I attack with double flyer, how many? I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4 allies. I think that's still fine. I'm going to play the Griffin and pass. Like, I don't even have to use the Stasis Snare. Even with the Undo Work Lyric, I'm still netting damage every turn because of Cliffhaven Vamp, essentially. So I can, like, save Stasis Snare for some crazy mythic that I don't know about. Ghostly Sentinel is definitely worth doing, so I can continue some aerial assault here. So let's go like this. And we're just gonna, I don't even think we need to, I guess we still want to draw cards. Whatever. How can I refuse drawing cards, I guess? So let's Stasis Snare. Well, we want to do it after attacks, so let's see if he taps. Okay, so we're going to go Envoy, Vamp, Griffin. And then we're going to Stasis Snare the Ghostly Sentinel. Alright, so I guess I'm off Soothsayer now. I'll just... whatever, I guess I'll just drain him out with Onto Work Lyrics. I don't even need to draw any more cards. It just feels like a waste to not do it with Soothsayer, but when you have your opponent in the position that you've got him now, I still don't understand why he's not using his Spawnbinder Mage. He has the allies to do it. He still has Grove Tinder and McKindy Aeronaut that he can use with the Cleric. It's like my opponent doesn't realize that or something. Alright. Looks like he did stop the aerial assault. Which means maybe I do want to go back to drawing cards. Only got 14 cards left, though. Ooh. Zooport Cutthroat's a pretty nasty one. Does that mean I can attack? Guess not yet. I mean, we're still netting life loss on him. Yeah, we are. And we're netting cards. I almost don't want to use the Soothsayer now. But I think we still are like... there's still like a turn or two. We want to use it, I think. Yeah, especially with Colostria Healer. Not even using it? Why not? I don't get it. I want to attack my opponent. Getting that, I guess, is good for Havoc Sower. I don't need to, though. I'm ahead on the clock. I think I'm just going to play this patient as all hell. Guess I can attack with my 3 flyers. Although if my Cliffhaven dies, I'm in trouble. It's just, I'm not even going to worry about it. I could have just attacked with everything and killed him, but like I said, I'm ahead on the clock. Why am I even worried about it? I guess next turn I can attack with everything. Did he forget to use Work Lyric again? I think he did. I should block here. Block here. Because when this dies, he's going to get drained for 2. Now if he tries to use Work Lyric, I can just kill him. Which is kind of cool. I think he's dead anyway. Just needlessly showing us a Kiora at this point. I probably made this go longer than I needed to. But since I'm ahead on the clock, I guess I don't care as much. All right. Opponent wants to prolong it. I will oblige. All right. Scott game 1. Guess I could have prolonged it a bit longer too if I wanted, but might as well get that over with. So we're playing against green-white support. I think Unnatural Endurance is going to be good in this match. Alpha Protector gets worse because a 1/4 body is not good when they're supporting. Might just drop that. It's 1 less ally though, but usually a 1/4 body not so good. All right, let's drop the Alpha Protector, I think. It does block non-supported creatures pretty well, but I think we're just better off with everything else. And I do think Unnatural Endurance is good in this match. Okay. Yeah, it's a good hand. It is a good hand. Aeronaut's good. Envoy's good too. Envoy's real good with Cliffhaven Vamp. Pretty sure we're playing the Envoy before the Malachor Familiar now, especially with that Aeronaut out there. Okay, Loam Larva. Got it. Wouldn't mind ripping a colorless mana here. Huh. You splashed blue last game too? No, I can't remember. Let's just play Envoy and pass. Then we get to play Cliffhaven next turn. And bash in with a nice little added drain effect on top of it. Ooh, Kiora. Okay. She takes a little while to get online for her emblem. Life loss, however, does not affect Kiora, which could be a problem. Might actually be in our best interest now to play the Malachor Familiar. My thinking is I want to start swinging in on Kiora. So let's swing at Kiora now. And then we'll play the Malachor Familiar. So this way, next turn we can swing at Kiora, and he doesn't have great blocks. Could have support, I guess, but we get to follow up with Cliffhaven Vamp too, which is good. You got it. Alright, so if I rip a land, we can just bash in for 4 on Kiora. Alright, I think we do that. Could have done the translator too for some death touch, but let's just get the Sentinel out of there and start and get some damage in on Kiora here. Now if I rip a land, I can go translator, attack with Slaughter Drone. Opponent doesn't want to block, and then maybe even follow up with a healer for a Cliffhaven Vamp follow-up. Healer and Cliffhaven Vamp love each other too. Okay, Path Warden. One card left in hand. Stasis Snare, which is good. Don't really want to use it on an Aeronaut, especially since I don't have to. So I guess the play is just Translator. Could actually play the healer. Pumps this, attack, pumps this, so he's forced to chump the Familiar to save his Kiora, which isn't bad. But We still threaten lethal on Cura if I play Translator. It makes better use of mana, so I'm going to do that instead. Either way, if he's chumping to save Kiora, I'm happy. If he's letting Kiora die, I'm happy. If he's trading a Path Warden, I'm happy. Like, chumping Kiora to save Kiora, I'm pretty happy about that. I think ultimately it's good for us. Now I can play Healer and Cliffhaven next turn, which is certainly going to put Familiar in range to kill Kiora. Taking some damage, but the fact that we're gaining a lot back, I think, makes this fine. Ooh, Zendikar Resurgent's a good card. But he has no cards left in hand. Still, Resurgent can do a lot of work. So, let's figure this out. Let's go Stasis Snare on Path Warden. Let's go Cluster to Healer. Pump Familiar. Alright, so I guess just I gotta maximize my attacks here. So I guess Slaughter Drone and Translator attack Kiora, and these two attack my opponent, I guess. Because I need to make sure Kiora dies. Alright, it's a pretty important creature to rip. Alright, looks like he missed this time. Thankfully. So now we go Cliffhaven Vamp. Ally trigger. Gain life. Trigger that. Trigger this. Go land. Slaughter Drone. Swing. Here, 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 here. All right. This is basically opponent's last turn. All right, creature number 1. Auxiliary's pretty sweet with Resurgent. All right, creature number 2. Certainly an important one. Creature number 3, and the most important one yet. So, opponent is getting there. Opponent is getting there off Zendikar Resurgent. Definitely. He's at 6 life. He has 2 flyers. You can regen Birthing Hulk, too. Well, Cutthroat's a pretty good rip, actually. That's a pretty sick one. So we go like this. Hit that trigger, hit this trigger, swing with everything, and I think that's got to do it. Because if any of my guys die, he gets drained from that. So I think the Cutthroat will do it. I just swing with everything. Close one, though. That's true. I do black-white a lot. Still don't really like Resurgent, but yeah, I mean, it's got to be one of the most fun cards to play. Because, like, that turn was so awesome for him. I was like, oh, Step Glider. Oh, Auxiliary. Oh, how about a War Cleric? How about a Birthing Hulk? He didn't play all those in one turn, did he? Yeah, I think he just played these 3 in one turn. That makes more sense. 12 mana. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, that makes sense. A little too late. That's true. But, come on. Is there any time that Zendikar Resurgent is not too late? It's never early. That's the problem of it. And you can still figure out some blocks. I certainly didn't do the math. But any of my guys that die, drain them for 2. Yeah, so he's definitely dead if he does it like that. I guess that, yeah, there's just no way for him to block. That's not. It's not killing him. All right. So, yeah, got the victory. Hope you enjoyed it. Cliffhaven Vamp, being sick as per usual. Malachor Familiar played great for us. Soothsayer was great. So we got to show off some cool cards. That was fun. And Cutthroat had some really awesome synergies in this deck too. So it all came together nicely. Hope you enjoyed it. Next draft will be an 8-4 as our last opponent indicated. We'll see you then.